I keep hearing do it anyways, okay? Do it anyways. You are someone who has received a lot of opposition. You are someone who has received a lot of judgment. You are someone who has received so much criticism throughout your lifetime. And I need you to know that is quite literally because you have a blueprint, a divine blueprint inside of you. You are literally here to help awaken people to themselves, not to heal them or to do whatever to them. People do not need other people to heal them. And have you ever noticed how anybody you've ever tried to help or you've ever tried to heal, it doesn't work? It doesn't work, okay? So that is why you are here, to lead by example, to live a life that is authentic to you. And yeah, when you know what, we are living in a society that is trying to force us all into these little boxes, of course you're going to get opposition. Of course it's going to be difficult. Of course it's not going to make sense to people. Like, yes, I get it, okay? And it's not easy. It's not the easiest path to take. It really is not. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. You should do it, because people are learning from you every single day, from the tiniest things that you do to the biggest decisions of your life. And that is massive, that is powerful, and that is extremely important. And do not allow anybody to tell you otherwise, because there's a lot of people who are going to do that. You've already experienced it, you've already gotten better at ignoring it, and you need to continue, you need to keep doing that. Okay, so 5 of Wands. A lot of the theme of today is honestly surrounding opposition, surrounding outside noise, surrounding aggression, violence, all of these negative things. Even then, when I started to talk about it, I started speeding up, I started speaking faster. And the thing is, we are moving into a new era, especially with internet access. We are transcending time. We are literally transcending time to where the constraints of time no longer really apply. They don't apply in the same way as before, okay? They don't. And that's the thing that they don't really want all of us to find out, except we're already recognizing that and we're already realizing that, and the internet is a tool that is helping us do that as well. But they're trying to use it as a weapon, okay? These things that are extremely powerful tools are being used as weapons against us. Because guess what, you guys? We don't know. Like, for example, in this area of the world, even in state to state in the U.S., there are things that are showing on the news that people in other states have literally no idea that it's going on. So honestly, like, you do need to be questioning every single thing that you see, and AI has existed long before now. We just now have access to it. So we need to start to question as well, like, how much have we seen on TV or on the internet that's actually even real at all? Like, it could literally all be fake, and we would have no idea. We would have no idea. This is why your discernment is so important, because this is what's going to tell you what you should and should not worry about right now. Because there's a lot of fake things going on. There's a lot of fakeness. Period. The High Priestess. And you know this. You've started to question a lot of different things as well. Not just on a personal level, not just in your own life, but literally on the global scale. You have started to question so many things, and you are now starting to see through a lot of it. You're starting to see through a lot of the illusions. I'm also hearing that some of you have gone through certain things in your lifetime, and you've asked yourself, why? Why do you have to go down this path? Why have you gone through this specific thing? And just know that part of the reason was literally just so that you could be somebody who was basically like a walking lie detector, okay? Because when you're tapped into your intuition, it doesn't matter what the world throws at you. It doesn't matter what people try to do to you. You will have a much easier and better time deciphering the difference between what is an illusion and what is the truth. because we live in a world of illusions. And also, we always freaking have. We always have. Literally think about Christianity and think about King James changing the Bible in order to collect additional tax money. Why do you think the churches are not taxed? Like, what the hell? Anyways, so you guys, literally, these things were set up in a way in order to benefit one group of people, aka the top 1%. We literally don't even really know who they are. Like, you think Jeff Bezos and whatever, like, honestly, you guys, they are likely puppets. You think people who are in the top 1% want to be public, that they want to be on the internet, that they want people to know who they are? I wouldn't. I absolutely would not want people to know who I was. So, anyways, Two of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Just think about it, even as being a regular, everyday, like regular person. It's even nerve-wracking to be public as a literal, regular ass person, okay? And so imagine being in the top 1% on top of that. Of course they're not going to put that out to people. Like, what do you mean? They are literally on their yachts or whatever they're doing. They are not, like, really worried about the rest of us. But anyways, so with the Two of Swords, you're also starting to realize that, like, yeah, a lot of the reason why you're up in your head, a lot of the reason why there's been confusion, doubt, scarcity, all this stuff is simply that. Because you've been fed these illusions. These illusions that cloud your mind, that cloud your brain. And then people walk around everyday life saying, be realistic, be whatever. But we've been fed lies since the beginning of time. And when you have been fed lies, it is hard to decipher the difference between reality and illusion. And that is just a fact. This is also why it's so important to cut narcissistic people out of your life, to cut toxic people and toxic places out of your life. Because when you are constantly being fed lies and you know what's true and you're constantly being fed a lie, you will always remain in this Two of Swords energy, and your foundation will ultimately be impacted by that mindset, because you will not be able to see clearly the way forward based upon this game of Monopoly that we have all been enlisted in, you know, without our true consent. But, you know, anyways, so, and I feel like you're starting to get better and better and better at that. Your foundation is getting better. Your sense of stability, your sense of wellness, your sense of trust in yourself is also getting a lot better. So, you know, it's becoming a lot easier to decipher the real from the fake. And, yeah, honestly, I feel like that's the main message here. It's getting easier to decipher the real from the fake, and that is why they're fighting back twice as hard. Just ignore it. Ignore it. Whatever you can do to be as unbothered as possible is exactly what you need to do. Do not allow them to fool you. Do not allow yourself to be tricked into acting in a manner that maybe you would have in the past, but you're not even that person anymore. We don't even know them. We don't even know them. And don't allow, you know, the world to get you caught up in this fear-based mindset. Continue to keep yourself, your goals, your family, your priorities at the center of your decisions each and every day, okay? That's all I gotta say in this one, but I love you, and I will talk to you so soon.